Yeah, it's been a tumultuous time. Yesterday's episode, there was some anger. It's good to be home. Hello and welcome to Season 13, new Episode 1 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and unbelievably, after a ridiculous 13th season of this save, we have ended back at the team of last year's Non-League to Legend. We're Ipswich Town again. But goodness me, is this a different Ipswich Town to the one I left in an alternate universe like 5 years ago now, I guess. And it gets complicated. But this isn't a European Champions League super duper wonder team with fancy Bulgarian right backs. This is a team bottom of the championship, and bottom of the championship by quite the distance. We've got 8 points to make up in the final 14 games of the season just to survive. That's not going to be an easy task, especially because we've been given the job at 12:45 today. It's now 3 o'clock. We've got our first game, and our first game is at home against top of the table Watford. They are top of the league by 10 points. I haven't had a chance to look at any of the players. What do you want me to do? I'm Kev. I'm keeping realism on. I've turned up at the club at 12:45. The assistant manager's in charge today, as far as I'm concerned. I've put my tactic in place, but he's picked the team. I've just clicked this handy little button here, quick pick, and that's the team that he's come up with. I'm a little bit concerned that he's put a left back in at the trequartista attacking midfielder role, but you know, perhaps he's a really good left back. So we'll leave him there. I don't want to get involved. I'm just going to sit back and watch and see what we've got available to us at the club. If we have a look, and I haven't looked at this yet, but if we have a look, sorting it by ability, there's some good players at this club and some players with a lot of potential. This isn't a team that should be hanging around down the bottom of the championship. If we have a look at this guy, for instance, 22 years old, valued at £7.75 million. 4-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability. He can score goals in the championship. Why on earth has he only got 7 this season? I don't understand. I'll go Obi's here as well. He's a bit of a blast from the past. We had him at Southend on loan a long, long time ago. Nearly 10 seasons ago at this point. But keep your eye on Mark Foot. He's playing as a poacher for us today. I think he might be a bit good. So we're meeting these players together for the first time. So in goal, we've got Aniello Vescovo, 29-year-old Italian, 3.5-star current ability and potential ability. Is he our best goalkeeper? He is our best goalkeeper by quite some way. He's been at Ipswich for a long time. Don't think we need to worry too much about the goalkeeping situation. Our right back is Mandela Egbo. That name sounds familiar. I've not had him anywhere. Don't know why that name sounds familiar. He's been at Ipswich for ages. That's probably why I recognise him. We've come up against him plenty of times. But another one, lots of experience in this Ipswich team. Pat McCallan, on loan from Aberdeen, is going to be our left back today. He's another one with lots of potential. It seems odd that our starting left back doesn't look that great, and he's only played 5 games and he's on loan. He'll do. He'll play today, and then we'll figure out if we've got a better one at the club afterwards. Matthew Roberts has great hair and has been linked with a move away from the club. He wants to leave, apparently. He can play at centre-back or centre-forward. He's got 3 caps for Wales, 3.5-star current ability and potential ability. He's our best centre-back. He's been here ages. A lot of players come through the Man City system. It's like my Ipswich team from last year all over again. I don't know why this team's down the bottom of the league. 25-year-old Matthew Powell is our other centre-back. Another good centre-back, decent age. I don't understand why this team's not any good. On the right-hand side of midfield, playing as a Roman playmaker, Nikola Gajevic. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Looks like he's going to be a little bit special. Hasn't shown it yet this season. He's going to start showing it from today against Watford. Lou Reed. 31-year-old central midfielder, 3.5-star current ability and potential ability. Actually got a real face, which is a little bit unusual. 13 seasons into the save. He's our best central midfielder. He's been at Ipswich ages, having signed for a lot of money. Almost this whole team have been at Ipswich forever, but this season seems to be the season they've decided to struggle. I don't understand. Martin Cox, 24 years old, 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability. Not great, but we'll make do. And he's barely played this season. Well, there you go. He's got the chance to come good under Kev. Tommy Duxbury's on loan from West Brom. He's the left back / central midfielder with loads of potential, who our assistant manager thinks can do a job as a trequartista, even though he can't play there at all. He's the best central midfielder at the club, so we're going to play him behind the front two. I mean, if we don't have we've got an attacking midfielder on the bench. Giovanni McGregor, why is he not in the team? I'll figure that out before the next episode when I actually pick the team and work out why we might have to do a different tactic if we've not got any decent attacking midfielders. Mark Foote we've already looked at. He should be the star of the team. He's quick. He's a proper poacher, proper goal scorer. I don't understand how he only has 7 goals this year. He needs to score 10 goals in these last 14 games to save us. And hopefully he'll start that with a hat-trick today. And then alongside him, Adam Davey, not very good, 29 years old. He's been here forever like everybody else. And, I mean, Ipswich have been a lower mid-table team forever. Struggled a bit the last couple of seasons. Just doesn't look like the sort of team that should be rock bottom of the league, though. What's been going on with transfers? I need to work out how this has happened. What's going on here? How has this happened? Where do transfers live on this stupid screen? There we go. Transfer history. I guess there's been a little bit of an exodus of players over recent years. Okay, a lot of money has left this club. It seems to be hemorrhaging money because the amount of money that is being brought in transfer fees, and they're still in the red ever so slightly with a projection that looks terrifying. This is going to be a proper Kev club. Right, enough talking about them. Let's get into the game. Like I say, we're playing against the runaway leaders of the Championship in Watford. By any measure, we should get absolutely thumped today. If we do anything other than lose about 6-0, I'm going to see that as a massive turnaround in the fortunes of Ipswich Town Football Club. Kev is back. People are getting weird feelings of deja vu, as if something special is about to happen, but they don't really understand what, because they've had a miserable 5 years of being a lower mid-table Championship team, and they just want a little bit of success. They want to flirt with the playoffs every now and again. Oh, if only they knew what they were in store for. Right, Davey to McCallan. McCallan can't beat his man. Maori, is that one of the proper Maoris? The proper Maoris, or is that a pretend Maori? I'm really excited being back at Ipswich. I imagine you can probably tell. I don't know why I'm so excited. We had so much fun with Ipswich last year. If we can recapture even a small part of that, then that will just be awesome. But Watford are in. They've thumped that into the crossbar, but luckily we escape and come away with the ball, and Duxbury looks completely lost. He's our captain, but he's just all over the place, doesn't understand why he's being asked to play as a trequartista. I can see that. I don't really understand why our assistant manager has chosen to play him there either. I might swap a few things around at half-time. I mean, to be fair, we've done really, really well in that first half. We're up against the best team in the division by a mile. We're the worst team in the division by a mile, and we're not embarrassing ourselves. Right, he's going to be an attacking midfielder on attack. That seems to make more sense straight away. Let's just swap those two around, and hopefully Duxbury can get a little bit more involved in the game and show why he's as good as he looks like he is, to be a youngster on loan and already captaining the team. There you go. Kev's starting to make his stamp on things already. Oh, breathe. They're coming at us again here, Watford. We don't really have much in the way of response to keep them away, and they do get in and finally get off the mark. We're 1-0 down. We're so far below everyone else at the bottom of this league. You can't even see us on that league table without scrolling. There's no way to position it so that both us and Watford are visible. That's the golfing class between these two teams. So to have kept a clean sheet in the first half, to only be 1-0 down at the start of the second half, none of this is a disaster. It's just not the ideal start. You want to come in as a new manager and have a big win, confidence boosting, exciting times, and you just don't have the opportunity to do that when the team you're playing are 50 points ahead of you in the league. And it's just going to make it that bit harder for us to clamber up to safety. I would like to think, because we've joined Ipswich so late in the season, that even if we get relegated, considering how far away we are, even if we get relegated, hopefully they'll keep me on and let me take us straight back up again, because that would be the plan. Phil Martin, what's wrong with you? Why are you injured? You're in rehab. That means it's presumably been quite a serious injury, but we're going to bring you on anyway. because we need a goal. So we're taking off both strikers, bringing on 2 different ones. Foot wasn't that good, was he? And again, I guess if we do get relegated, he's not going to stick around. But if we could get £8 million for him, oh, wouldn't that be a fun season down in League One? Norberto Miguel's in goal for Watford as well. There you go. Fun Southend fact for you. He's never really made it as good as I expected him to be. He's never really made it out of the Championship. This looks like it's going to be his season. I wonder if Watford are going to replace him once they get up into the Premier League, though. That's a weird formation that Watford are playing as well. A 4-3-3, but with a holding midfield player. We should be dominating the midfield, but we're not. They just seem to be overpowering us a little bit, I guess. We'll bring on this Giovanni McGregor chap, put him in behind the strikers, and drop Gajovic back into the roaming playmaker role again, and Vescovo makes a good save. It's been a very even match. You wouldn't think, to look at those stats, that, I mean, how many points is it actually? It is close to 50 points separating us and Watford in the league. There are an awful lot of positives we can take out of this. I'd be a lot more positive if we could grab a last minute equaliser though, and just show that we're not going to sit down and just accept relegation. We're going to try and fight our way out of this. McGregor to Gajovic. Go on, just stick it in the top corner. Oh, I thought he had. Oh, for a minute there, I was on my way out of my chair and I would have just turned the table over and screamed and shouted. It was not to be. We've lost our first game, back in charge of Ipswich, but that's going to be the last time we lose this season. There you go. Oh, and look, that's a big game coming up next, away against Huddersfield, who are right down here in the relegation battle with us. So we might even just roll straight into... No, we won't. Or will we? When do we play Plymouth? That's obviously going to be an episode. Southend and Plymouth in the same match. Right, I need to go away, work out who my best players are, who my best team is, and hopefully by the next time you see me, we'll be a little bit closer to avoiding relegation. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you pop a like on there for me. If you were around in Non-League to Legend last year, you've got to pop a like on there for being back at Ipswich. We've got to get to 500 likes on this one. We're back at Ipswich, everybody. It all gets good from here. Oh, look at that. Oh, goodness me. I didn't look at that before I arrived. We've not won a game since November, and it's the end of February. Holy... We've not scored a goal for 5 matches. Oh, what have I let myself in for? What was I saying? If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.